All right, NT loop, lower body and core workout. This is a quad set, 4 different exercises. I'm going to show you the exercises first, then I'll backtrack and go through the details of how to perform each. Notice the level of the anchor point. If you're home, just use the door anchor, hinge side of the door, pull the door closed. You want it below the bottom anchor, below the bottom hinge in your door. First exercise, we call these linear monster walks. This exercise is a glute killer. If you want to make it heavier, just use the blue band. All right, so once I've done all my reps there, I just flip over. For both these exercises, I want that anchor point dead center between my legs. We just call these straight leg walks. So these are hip flexors, quads. Controlling it both ways. So you would do your set of those. Then, I'm going to turn around. Now, because I'm a little stronger and I have both loops here, I'm going to use the heavier of the two for the third exercise. So split stance RDL. Here, angled RDL, because the tension is at an angle versus using a dumbbell like gravity. There, so we would do both sides. Again, I'm just abbreviating the sets here for demonstration purposes. So that's the third exercise. Fourth, we call these an NT loop leg lowering. Some people might call these dead bugs. So what I do here, see how there's like no tension on the band? So I want to get out a little further. So that when I grab the band and I pull it, there's some tension on it. And then my goal is to keep my low back flat without letting my low back come off the ground as I lower my legs. The straighter I make my legs, the harder it makes this exercise. So that's your quad set. Lower body and core. This is mostly hips and abs. Now, let's talk about some details of performing properly each of these exercises. First off, on all these exercises, I want the origin point dead between me. So here on these dead bugs, I want the origin point in line with my nose, not pulling me off to the side. So when I look up, right now it's fairly in line. That's good. I could go out a little further on these. And I want to have enough tension where I'm making me work a little bit here, but not like maxing me out. Now this is one, it's very subtle, but don't let your ego get the best of you here. I can go legs all the way out like this, but I'm not keeping my low back flat while I'm doing that. So it's really up to you to not let your ego get the best of you and make sure that your lower back stays pressed into the floor the entire time. If your lower back pops up, you're not doing it right. So how far you extend or bend your legs depends on your strength level. Now, with these angled RDLs, if you want to make it even heavier, if you're stronger, use both bands together. Just overlap them. So if I'm going to have left leg as my working leg, stagger the stance, heel up in the back, that makes sure my weight is in the front leg. If my heel's back, see my weight shifts back. So I want to be here. Left leg points at the origin. If I'm working my left leg, I'm going to hold it in my right hand. Then I'm just going to hinge at my hips. Now see, there's no tension on the bands. I got to get back further, so there's tension. And then when I come up, oh, that's where all the work is done. Keeping the heel up in the back. This is a glute killer. Just like that. Notice I'm hinging. See, that's a hinge at my hip joint versus bending at my spine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Some people might argue it is. It's beyond the scope of this video. But we're not targeting the muscles that we're trying to target if you bend at your spine. We're trying to mainly target the hamstring and glute. Again, back heel does not ever go flat. You want to keep it in front. You also, in your working leg, you want to keep about a 15 to 20 degree bend in that working leg. So that's that angled split stance RDL. For the linear monster walks and the straight leg walks, again, if you're really strong, you can use both bands. I don't know if I'm even strong enough to do this with my hips, we'll see. Right here. I'm just keeping my legs straight, not locking my joints, but my knees are straight. And I'm going to walk out as far as I can, and then I'm going to resist the band coming back. while I keep tension. So I don't want to have any slack on the band throughout. It's probably a little too heavy for me with that one. And then you would be here. Again, I'm just showing you how to make it even harder if you're real strong and you want a killer challenge. Oh, it's these linear monster walks here. When you do these, let me get a more appropriate weight for myself here. Let's just stick with the blue. So when you do these, it goes behind your heels, basically where your Achilles are. And this is one where the NT loop shines in a lot of places, but where it really shines, it's the most comfortable band around your body and also the most stable. So it's perfect for exercises like this. Legs are straight. Don't get into this stance. A lot of people want to get into this stance. Don't do that, because you can't get the movement from your hips like we want. Walk back from your legs straight, and then resist the band coming forward. Always keeping your pelvis pointed straight ahead. You don't want to twist around like that. All right, so there you have it. Try that killer quad set, hips, legs, glutes, abs.